So is it true? Is Cosmic Detonation actually the best breedable dragon in Dragon City? Well, I'd say it's a little bit arguable, but considering just how easy overall Cosmic Detonation is to breed and empower, I think that it is probably either the best or one of the best in the game. And it's a dragon I definitely recommend to players that want to try their hand at Master Arena. You'll see that Cosmic Detonation is a dragon with double flame as its main element, essentially. But the other reason why Cosmic Detonation is such a good dragon, on top of it being quite easy to breed, which I will go through exactly how you can do that in a moment, it's because Cosmic Detonation actually has a multi-hit fire skill. And so this attack is Cosmic Incineration, and it has 2,500 damage, but it's a multi-hit attack. And the reason that multi-hit attacks are so good is because they counter things like Titans and Karma Dragons. So if you ever go against a Titan Dragon with a Cosmic Detonation Dragon, you will be able to get through their shield and then still do damage to them through that. Of course, one of the downsides of picking a dragon like Cosmic Detonation to use is that it does have duplicate fire elements, and if you share any other elements with another member of your team, that's essentially like 2 duplicate elements already, so it's really not ideal to use other dragons that have any of Cosmic Detonation's elements on the same team. But the way that you can get massive value out of Cosmic Detonation is essentially picking one Cosmic Detonation dragon that is going to be your main guy. This is the guy that, say, you're going to go and use them in Master, you're going to take them to full empowerment, level 70, but the way that you can do that is by breeding Cosmic Detonation himself, and then when you breed a Cosmic Detonation dragon, you can take them up to level 30 and then recall them. And the reason that you take them to level 30 is because level 30 gives you the maximum amount of orbs. Going past level 30 won't get you any bonus orbs, so there's no point to it. But, of course, if you're someone that doesn't have a lot of food, you can take the Cosmic Detonation dragons that you breed to a slightly lower level and then recall them, but it'll take more breeding overall to do that. But how do you actually breed this dragon? Because I'm telling you, it's a decent dragon. It has a multi-hit attack, which hits 3 to 4 times, as you can see in-game here, and he's a pretty cool looking dragon overall. Only problem really is those duplicate fire elements. But the way that you can breed Cosmic Detonation is super duper simple. There are actually a couple of different combinations you could use, but the best one to go with is actually Flame plus Flame. But because Cosmic Detonation is an Empower unlockable dragon at level 2, that means that you have to get him unlocked here when you check your chances section, and he has to have this, well, he has to be coloured in, essentially. He can't be greyed out with the lock on him, because that means that he cannot be bred. But the way that you can unlock this dragon is with 2 fully empowered flame dragons and a couple of breeding perks. I believe it's like 2 perks on each, like 4 perks overall, will get you to this point. Like, I've just hit the second bar here with these 2 dragons, but it does require you to have 2 fully empowered flame dragons to do this with breeding perks. And it does take a couple of hours to do this, but the super easy way to get this done is to have a free slot in your hatchery, go get egg, go for gold, purchase a flame dragon egg, wait for the cooldown, and then place it. And then you're gonna do the same thing as you would do with the Cosmic Detonations. You're just gonna level them up. And since flame dragons are basically nothing, you can just keep buying them endlessly because they don't cost a lot of gold. You could even just take them to, say, level 21, and then you would go over and recall that level 21 fire dragon, and then just keep recalling and recalling and recalling. And it does take a couple of hours of just constant hatching, feeding, and recalling before you can get enough flame dragons to have fully empowered a flame dragon. Because remember that when we're talking about how many orbs you're going to need to actually empower your dragons fully, it's 2,000 orbs total. So you can imagine that trying to get 2,000 orbs total can take a little bit of time. Just to confirm this, I do have this image here. It shows you exactly how many orbs you need, or Joker orbs if you're summoning, but empowerment level 1 is 120 orbs, empowerment level 2 is 200, empowerment level 3 is 320, empowerment level 4 is 560, and empowerment level 5 is 800, which is 2,000 orbs total. And so, when you take a dragon to level 30 and then recall them, you will get 100 orbs from that dragon. So, like in this instance, I'm recalling a Cosmic Detonation dragon that was leveled up to level 30, because that will net 100 orbs each time. And so you will do the same for your Flame Dragons, or take them to a slightly lower level. But considering it's 100 orbs for one level 30 dragon, whether that be a Flame Dragon or a Cosmic Detonation, you can imagine that it takes a long time. And with the Cosmic Detonation dragon, with this breed, you'll see that there are multiple other possible outcomes that you can get when you do finally get these dragons fully empowered with breeding perks added as well. There are a few other dragons. Mainly, Korean Soccer is a pain because you will have to wait ages for him. Same with Super Flame, but Gauntlet is by far the most annoying to deal with because he's got the longest other breeding time. And then, of course, you're looking out for the Cosmic Detonation dragon to be actually bred. So, you know, it will take a lot of rebreeding before you get a Cosmic Detonation dragon. Like, it could take you 10, 20 attempts before you get even one of them. Maybe you'll get super lucky and get like 4 Cosmic Detonation dragons in a row. Basically, your luck is going to determine how quickly you can get a Cosmic Detonation dragon actually bred. But do remember that when it comes to these Flame Dragons, you will have to put some breeding perks on them, and like, it's 5% boost to your breeding per perk, that's why you'll need like 4 of them. But these breeding perks are mainly available from various events. Either that might be like perks chests, or it might just be specific collections, but that's how you get more breeding perks. So I always recommend checking the ongoing events and seeing if there are any available breeding perks. Like at the moment, we've mainly got health perks and damage perks available, but sometimes we will get events that offer breeding perks. But don't waste your breeding perks. And at the same time, one thing to remember is that if you just want to go for Cosmic Detonation breeding for a short time, but then you want to get your breeding perks back, this would be very wasteful. But if you recall or get rid of a dragon, like sell a dragon that has breeding perks added to it, so let's say these 2 Flame Dragons here that are fully empowered with breeding perks, if you were to recall these dragons, then you would be able to get the breeding perks back. So then, instead, you could just, once you've got fully empowered Cosmic Detonation, and you don't want to use these empowered Flame Dragons anymore, you could then just recall them, and then get your breeding perks back, and use them on a different dragon. But of course, with these different breeding times, you're probably wondering, well, what's the breeding time that I'm actually looking for if I'm going for Cosmic Detonation? Because this breeding time here, 7 hours 11 minutes with a upgraded breeding mountain, so I've got a shortened breeding time, that is not the timer that we are looking for. And so we do have a few websites which will show you what the breeding times are for these dragons, but essentially the breeding time is stated here for Cosmic Detonation, 1 day and 12 hours. That is the time that you are looking for, but it will take you many attempts before you actually get that breeding time. So stay on the lookout. And just be aware that you will have to do lots and lots and lots and lots of different flame plus flame breeding. And as you see here, you can definitely end up with lots of other dragons that you don't care about. You'll end up with tons of flame dragon eggs as well. Although during, say, hatching events, which we do actually have ongoing right now, you're better off placing them and then selling them. Just, it gives a few extra points if it's just a common, but any point is better than no points. Am I right? So, keeping all of that in mind, especially if you have permanent speed up happy hour like I do, you're going to have a much easier time getting Cosmic Detonation. But, I mean, if you are a paying player, so one that probably doesn't have the permanent speed ups anymore, then you've probably got some gems that they probably expect you to use for it, which I don't recommend doing that, but you can. But that is how you can get your hands on a Cosmic Detonation Dragon and get him empowered, and that is currently what I am doing. You can see that I've got this dragon. He's only ranked up a little bit, because ranking up with your Cosmic Detonations can get you some extra Cosmic Detonation orbs as well. But you can see that this guy, he's getting to Empowerment level 2 soon, and then we'll be looking for Empowerment level 3, which will be 320 orbs, which means that we'll need to essentially have 3 Cosmic Detonation Dragons leveled up to level 30 and recalled, plus a few extra, possibly from rank up quests, to even be able to get him to Empowerment level 3. So it is a big grind, a very long grind really, but compared to how long it takes to collect all the Joker orbs that you need to, say, empower a random dragon, like, say, Sinful or something, it is much faster to go with a breedable dragon such as Cosmic Detonation. And since, as you can see, there are some short, very short timers, like for the Flame Dragon, or Korean Soccer's not super long either, then the shorter breeding timers are not too bad to deal with, especially compared to some other dragons that have incredibly long misbreed timers, like Pure Dragons, for instance. But mainly, if you want Cosmic Detonation, I definitely think he's a good pick, but just make sure that you've got a good team to work around him. Like, you don't want another Fire Dragon in your team. Or maybe you'll already have 3 team members and Cosmic Detonation is going to be like a 4th or 5th team member. I would mainly say just pray that you don't ever run into a fire-based arena. That would be the main thing, but you see tons of players with fully empowered Cosmic Detonation Dragons in the arena. Like, if you reset, you'll either see Boulder Dragons or Cosmic Detonations usually, or just some pay-to-win dragons, but it's because he's good. So if you do want to get him, that is how you can get him. Get those Flame Dragons empowered, and then get Cosmic Detonation breeding. I know that you can do it. You just got to sit there for a few hours while you empower these Flame Dragons, and then just use one of your breeding dens forever as the Flame plus Flame breeding area. Or you could even do it with 4 Flame Dragons that are fully empowered with breeding perks, and then go crazy. You'd probably have an entire army of Flame Dragons by the end then.